Hi everyone, I'm Maria from Bilingual Cerebros, and today I'm thrilled to introduce a very special guest, Sabrina Sanchez from Miss Sabrina's Bilingual Playtime.
Hello everyone, I'm so happy to be here with Maria from Bilingual Cerebros. We've decided to do this collaboration because our channels are Canales Hermanos Bilingües, sister bilingual channels that complement each other.
That's right, Sabrina focuses on introducing language through fun and play for younger children, and Bilingual Cerebros works with older students, teachers, and families.
So together we really cover the whole bilingual journey, from early learners to lifelong learners.
Exactly. Sabrina is also a bilingual educator, author of wonderful children's books, and a mom who's raising her children to be bilingual. I can't wait to hear more about her experiences today.
Maria is also a teacher and mom, raising her daughter to be bilingual. I'm excited to chat and share ideas with both of our audiences too.
So let's dive in. What inspired you to create Miss Sabrina's Bilingual Playtime, and how did your experience as a bilingual mom shape your approach to teaching?
Miss Sabrina's Bilingual Playtime was born from love, passion, and necessity. When my sister in the US had a baby 2.5 years ago, we wanted her to learn Spanish. And we realized there weren't many YouTube channels that went beyond the basics of colors, numbers, and simple songs. After spending nearly a decade teaching English as a foreign language to more than 3,000 students of all ages globally online, I wanted to bring that experience into Miss Sabrina's Bilingual Playtime. My goal was to make learning feel natural and meaningful, focusing on real communication through useful everyday language. But I've always believed that education goes beyond vocabulary and grammar. It's about connecting and nurturing kind, confident, and capable learners through values and creative hands-on and digital experiences. That's why my motto is bilingual education with heart. Maria, what inspired you to start Bilingual Cerebros and work with older students? And how has being a bilingual mom influenced your approach?
Bilingual Cerebro started during the pandemic as a way of keeping my students motivated and also to do something positive during such an uncertain times. At the time, my daughter was 10 years old and she helped me with some of the voiceovers. She's English and we live now in Germany, so for her this was a way of practicing her Spanish as well. So what began as a small project to stay creative during lockdown turned into something much bigger, a wonderful community of teachers, students, and families who love learning. I've taught in schools in England for nearly 20 years, and now I teach teenagers and adults in Germany. Being a bilingual mom and also being a language learner myself has made me more patient, more understanding, and connected to my students. For me, Bilingual Cerebros is more than a YouTube channel. It's proof that learning languages can bring people together, even in the hardest times.
Wonderful, Maria. Thank you. Many parents want to raise their children bilingually, but worry about confusion or balance. What advice would you give families just starting that journey?
I'd say the most important thing is to stay flexible and have fun with it. There will be times when you will feel it's a bit of a challenge or that you're not making much progress, but that's normal. Focus on having fun with the process. Sing, play, read, and make the language part of your everyday life. And what advice would you give them, Sabrina?
My biggest advice is to keep it natural and consistent. Even if one parent speaks one language and the other another, children can easily adapt. I grew up with this approach myself. When I was a child in the US, my mother always spoke to my sister and me in Spanish, which was the minority language in our environment. And now as a parent living in Spain, the roles have reversed. My husband speaks to our children in Spanish, and I speak to them only in English, no matter where we are. Having experienced both sides as a bilingual child and now as a bilingual mom and educator, I've seen firsthand how consistency truly makes a difference. It's also important to make language learning a part of your everyday life, at home Almost all of what my children read and watch is in English, while their life outside of the home is in Spanish. And that balance helps them keep both languages alive and ensures that they don't lose their connection in either one.
For teachers who work with older students, what could we learn from early bilingual education methods that we could bring to our own classrooms to make them more engaging and inclusive?
I think sometimes we overcomplicate things. It doesn't have to be fancy to be effective. In my videos, the puppets that I use are literally paper on sticks and a cardboard box stage that you can make at home. But they work because they invite play and imagination. And when children speak through a puppet, they lose that fear of being incorrect since they're answering for Ray Raccoon and not for themselves. Teachers and parents of older students can do something similar by keeping it fun. Even something as simple as a conversation jar at home or in the classroom with playful prompts, like, for example, if you had a superpower, what would it be? It gets everyone speaking naturally. And finally, for adults, games still matter. I've seen how gamification like small rewards with points or coins and surprises, along with daily goals and visible progress, can truly keep motivation high. Again, consistency is key, and small actions every day really do add up over time. Maria, what are some simple techniques you use to keep your older learners engaged and consistent?
I completely agree with you, Sabrina. Gamification plays a big role in my lessons. I love creating quizzes where my students can discover cities, inspiring people, festivals. Instead of just reading a text, they predict, explore, and learn through play. It makes such a difference. I think when students are engaged and having fun, the learning really sticks and languages come alive.
Fantastic! I love that and couldn't agree more. Okay, last question. When you're not creating YouTube videos, educational content, or teaching, what do you do for fun?
When I'm not teaching or creating content, I enjoy spending time outdoors. Long walks in nature, bike rides, looking after my garden. I also enjoy baking with my daughter. It's our way to connect and slow down. What about you, Sabrina?
I try to practice yoga, meditate, and cook fresh meals every day. I love gardening and crafting. And I also enjoy spending time with our big Spanish family on the weekends. We have 15 nieces and nephews here. And after lockdown, I started learning to play the Spanish guitar. It's really challenging, but so rewarding. Music is everything to me.
Thank you so much, Sabrina, for joining us today and sharing your insights. If you would like to find out more about Sabrina's amazing work, don't forget to check her YouTube channel, Miss Sabrina's Bilingual Playtime, her books on Amazon, and her free puppets, worksheets, and games on her website. Whether you're a parent, a teacher, or a learner, there's so much inspiration waiting for you there.
Thank you so much, Maria. This was such a lovely and meaningful conversation. I love how both of our channels support families and teachers at every stage of the bilingual journey. To everyone watching, don't forget to check out Bilingual Cerebros for Maria's fabulous lessons and resources. Let's keep inspiring, learning, and teaching with heart. And remember, have a super fantastic, amazing, spectacular day. Bye-bye. Adios.